to I King Dandy Crazy. Wow. You're watching MD90. Subscribe to YouTube channel. Nishiu. The curfew.
Well, this sentiment that other countries want Hakainde Hichilema has been going around. So it has been reported by the Daily Nation to say Hakainde Hichilema not appreciated in Zambia. This is the Secretary General for the UPND. Says other countries want to borrow him. So he simply says that other countries want to borrow Hakainde Hichilema because Zambians do not appreciate him. And is in demand, in short. And then which Brian Apunda, who's a Socialist Party, should be Secretary General or deputy, says, oh, I wish we could trade him off with those countries that want to borrow him. So he simply says, well, if that's the case, why don't those countries borrow him? And that's coming from the Socialist Party. But it's the Patriotic Front also report over the same issue, say trending, Hakainde chairman not appreciated in Zambia, while other countries want to borrow him. Secretary General for the UPND, Emenda says, which Xavier Kale responds to say, this is a comment responding to what the Patriotic Front has put up there, saying, he has not done much to be admired by other countries. If other countries admire Hichilema or Mr. Hichilema, it shows how bad the continent is. Hichilema is just like any other president in Africa. He's not doing is not extraordinary. So I guess they're saying there's nothing extra to want those countries to borrow him. While is President Hakainde Hichilema is the first president to attend the Umutolo traditional ceremony. Isoka Member of Parliament Marjorie Nakaponda says. So she had issued that statement. There's a video circulated. The president was at this particular ceremony, to which she said President Hakainde Hichilema was the first sitting president to actually attend that particular ceremony, she stated. To which Emmanuel Mwamba responded to say, he had put up an article arguing to say Edgar Lungu had attended the same ceremony some years, he was president. I'll show you the timestamp on that. So he says the first lie bootlickers tell president. So he's simply saying she's simply an alleged bootlicker who's trying to please the president because they had put up the same argument with Edgar Chagolungu. When President Edgar Chagolungu, this is Emmanuel Mwamba stating, when President Edgar Chagolungu attended the Umtolo traditional ceremony of Mambwe, and people, he was told that he was the first sitting head of state to attend the ceremony. I noticed that President Hakainde Hichilema was also being told that he was the first president to attend the Umtolo traditional ceremony of the Mwanga people. But this is not true. President Frederick Chiluba and President Levi Mwanawasa attended this ceremony. So he's simply saying, you can see the argument there. Pretty much a number of presidents have attended the same ceremony. This is timestamp is 2017, 24th June. Another record said President Lungu becomes the first head of state to attend the Umtolo traditional ceremony of the Mambwes and the Lungus. So you can see that argument. Last month, President Lungu set yet another record attending the Kufuala ceremony of the Kaonde speaking people in Kalumbira as the first head of state in 55 years. So you can see the praise. I mean, what you call them, bootlickers. Everyone keeps on saying there's a record being broken, but none. But President or former Vice President and the President of the MMD, Nevas Mumba, has been in the news for a couple of reasons recently. Mostly it's had a back and forth with the PF, and then let me just show you what has been happening between him and. So he says, have table manners. PF tells Nevas. The PF says Nevas Mumba should have table manners. never speak with food in his mouth, advised him to desist from making former President Lungu's pretty much a source of his income. So simply telling Nebas Mumba to shut up, in short. That's the easiest way they're trying to put that across. This was in the Sunday Nation over the weekend. And obviously, Nebas Mumba is a politician. He responded. But anyway, Muniazulu also weighed in and said, if anything happens to Edgar Chagalungu, Nebas Mumba must tell the nation and the world who the evil plotters are. They must face the law locally and at the Hague, International Criminal Court, he argues to say, because he had put up an article which Muniazulu is responding to there to say, I mean, if anything actually happens to Edgar Lungu, the first person to look at is Nebas Mumba, based off that article, to which Nebas Mumba responded. He says, my appeal to the family of President Edgar Lungu, following my recent statement expressing concern about the individuals surrounding President Lungu, I've received various responses, both supportive and critical. Some have misconstrued my warning as an attack on President Lungu, suggesting I harbor hatred for him. Absolutely not, he says. As a political and church leader who has seen it all, from Kenneth Kaunda to Pia Banda, given the involvement of some of those individuals who were part of the party, of the movement of multi-party democracy, MMD, I feel compelled to address you, the former First Family, directly. Beware of vouchers securing President Lungu. These optimistic individuals masquerading as advisors and friends have a treacherous history, he says. First, he puts up a point. These are the same faces that actively participated in ravaging and damaging the MMD to its critical current status, he says. Pretty much saying what they did to MMD, they'll do to you, so watch out. That is a warning coming from him, from Nebas Mumba to Edgar Lungu. And then he puts up two. These are the same faces that who in their counsel and manipulation exploited second Republican President Chiluba's trust and never quit until his untimely death, it says. So that's a shot at Emmanuel Mwamba directly, because if you remember, Emmanuel Mwamba was the press aide for Frederick Chiluba there. So that one goes direct to him. There's no one else that would apply to. Anyway, Nebas Mumba says three. The element championed by President Rupia Banda, the court of Rupia Banda's return from retirement, a feat that made the former president end up losing his immunity and realigned for his prosecution. So simply says that's what they did to RB and made him to lose his immunity. So simply a warning coming from Nebas Mumba there. What is new tariffs will lead to 7 hours of power supply, so you must pay more to have 7 hours of load shedding. So that's an argument coming from ERB. So that's likely to happen. If those tariffs are approved, you might experience a slight adjustment to the current state of 3 hours of power. You might move to 7. Mao Sampa objects the odd candidate of at the African Union. The AU needs a chemotherapy and not odd men. One candidate is 79 years old, Raila Odinga. So Mao Sampa says no old people at the AU. There's need for new, fresh minds there. What is Kelvin Sampa is on his own. We want to protect members involved in crime, the UPND. So this individual has been in the news over the weekend. A lot has happened. So the UPND is simply saying, we are not protecting public money belongs to 20. This is the UPND now putting up this particular article. That's the headline. Saying public money belongs to 20 million Zambians. You are on your own. Hard work is what we promote, not otherwise. So Kelvin Sampa has been warned to say they will not protect him for his engagement in the public. There are a number of things that has been happening around that individual. We'll wait and see how that plays out.